Hello, I'm Deborah Sword. How did you feel after your last conflict? I'm guessing if you're like other people that you might have felt pretty awful. I want to tell you the one perfect secret to being terrific at dealing with your conflicts so you never have to feel bad after a fight. I want to, and I'd share that secret with you if it existed. Honest, I would. But because each conflict is different, there's no one size fits all conflict solution. Instead, there are skills that help you do conflict better each different time. Life is messy, even without conflict ruining your relationships. Our podcast goal is to add value to you owning your conflict. The benefits are that you solve the right problem the best way you can. That's the reason we share approaches to analyzing conflict, so you manage the right problem. And once you know what the conflict is really about, you'll choose the right conflict competencies for the conflict. And when the conflict changes, which it will, you'll analyze it again. That's how you own your conflict. Figure out what's really going on and manage that issue competently. For example, a conflict might seem to be about how much money you're spending, but for the other person, it might really be about them wanting to be consulted before you decide what to buy. But if you only fight about spending, you can settle on an amount you spend and you haven't solved the problem. The other person's conflict is wanting a say in decision making and feeling like their opinion matters to you. You can compromise to settle the issue of money, but the conflict resurfaces the next time you decide something without consulting the other person. To see more sample conflict analyses, read my Substack newsletter, where I use fictional characters from popular culture. I'll put the link in the show notes. Now, after you've analyzed the right conflict issue, you've found what the conflict is really about. Next, you'll consider the skills you own to manage that problem. For example, if you establish that the other person wants to be consulted before you make decisions, you can choose how you'll show that you care about the other person's opinion. What we mean by owning your conflict is managing the right problem in the best way you can. You have choices, and you do conflict better when you know what your choices are. Our episodes so far are about skills that help you be conflict competent. Let's consider 6 values you get from owning your conflict. Number 1, the feeling you have after you use a skill. When you ask a question instead of reacting in anger, for example, and the argument doesn't escalate, wow, that's an experience you'll want to repeat. 2, when you show curiosity and then listen with interest to the other person's answer, that person feels better about you. You improve the quality of the relationship, and you might avoid experiencing regret. Number 3, your quality of life improves with friendships. We all know there's a loneliness epidemic. Your ability to handle conflict and show interest in others tends to make you easier to get along with, which makes friends. Number 4, you'll be seen as a caring person. People tend to care about people who care. Showing up in the world the way you want to be seen, to have people think well of you, and feeling like you're doing the right thing, or at least trying to, demonstrates time after time that you care. Number 5, you own more choice in how to conduct your conflicts. The ability to make choices improves the quality of your life. You already have habits, patterns, and conflict styles that you use. Practicing conflict skills gives you better habits, better patterns, and more conflict styles to choose from. Number 6, it's in your self-interest to try. You'll fail, you'll learn, you'll try again. Not having conflict competencies may take a toll on your well-being in your past conflicts. Practicing your skills costs nothing in the present and pays dividends in the future. There's no secret, no one rule, and not one skill that will make you conflict competent. Pick one of the conflict competencies we've discussed in past episodes and look for opportunities to practice it. Make it part of your worldview to conduct conflict the best way you can. Analyze your conflict early and often and pick the conflict competency that's right for that conflict at that time. Spend a few minutes a day asking questions instead of reacting. Do it over and over, moment by moment, opportunity for opportunity. Conflict isn't a spectator sport when it happens in your life and relationships. So you want to participate and you want to know how in ways that improve the quality of your relationships. The way to deal well with conflict is to practice dealing with conflict until you do it well. Own your conflict with practice, and you'll show up the way you want to be known. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll subscribe to our podcast, like it, share it, let others know that they can do conflict better too. Thank you.